a.m. till noon, or Fridays from 3 to 5:30 p.m. And in Shelbyville, take your non-perishable food items to the First United Methodist Church, 205 West Main, Mondays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. till noon only. The Miller Media Group hopes you'll think of those less fortunate this holiday season by giving to these local food pantries during our 31st annual Food for Families drive. Thank you for caring and sharing this holiday season.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome into the WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our sponsors that make the show possible, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. In my studio today are the good people from the Taylorville Food Pantry, Amy Hagan and Pam Moses. Good to have you guys in the studio today.
Thank you, Tim. Good to be here.
In unison right there. I absolutely love it. It's a busy month right now. It's a busy time of year. It's the holiday season. People are wanting to give, but also people are needing at this time. It's a tough time for finances. And with the Taylorville Food Pantry all year long, you guys are pumping out great food for the struggling community in Christian County. You guys got some holiday events and some plans for us today. I want to learn all about them. What is the big plan for Christmas time?
Well, I tell you, Tim, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this. We have a chance to launch our first ever holiday meat drive. And basically what that means is, in recognition of the fact that at Thanksgiving and Christmas time each year, people like to have a turkey, they like to have a ham on their holiday table. That goes without saying. And as it relates to the Taylorville Food Pantry, what we are encouraging our very generous community donors to do, that as you go to the grocery store and you're buying your holiday meat for your table, if you would buy one for yourself and then give one away. And we'd like that gift to come to us at the Taylorville Food Pantry. And then once Christmas time comes, a week out from Christmas, we'll start our holiday giveaway that we do every year. And we'd really like to be able to provide our patrons with that holiday meat gifted to us by the community.
Amazing. I'm loving the sound of this, guys. It seemed like summer just passed and we were collecting fresh produce, and fresh produce obviously still collected, but this is the time where you want a big, nice holiday feast. And, if you're shopping for your meat, like you said, grab two, because one can go directly to the Taylorville Food Pantry and distribute it out. It sounds like a really great initiative here. First time you guys are doing the meat drive for the holidays?
Yeah, it is. I mean, really what we recognized during Thanksgiving was certainly, our phones begin to ring at the Taylorville Food Pantry probably 2 to 3 weeks before the holiday, where people ask, will there be a special giveaway? And the answer is, we don't know, because it's really left to, what sort of donations that we receive. And this year we did something a little bit different. We partnered with the Taylorville Police Department. In years past, they've had their holiday giveaway, their Thanksgiving giveaway. And we thought, what are we doing here? Like, why aren't we working together? Because they were oriented towards, helping the food insecure in our community. And obviously that's what we do 365, 24/7. And so we need to be doing this together. So we partnered up. And some of our, what I'm going to say, perennial donors stepped forward. You mentioned Bob Writings at the outset here. Bob and his staff at the dealership are incredibly generous to us. They gave us 25 turkeys this year. Mm-hmm. And then we, received other donations as well. But, at the end of the day, we don't have built into our budget to be able to provide holiday meat for all of our patrons. So it caused a little heartburn for us financially, and Pam and I put our heads together, and it's like, what can we do differently? And the fact of the matter is, every time we've ever had a need, the community has responded in turn. So if this is a need, which it is, then why aren't we putting it out there to the community? It's as simple as that.
it's like everything else you guys do. You need the community support in order to help these people that are also in your community. It takes everyone, and it seems like you guys have had success in the time that I've been here. Every donation drive that we do, every time that we speak, the numbers of families being served might rise, but it's, you guys rise to the occasion as well. What is the number of families that we are at? Do we have those numbers or an estimation?
Well, we've been in excess of 500 a month since May. So we're running 6-7 months at this point. And I think the high water mark was 621. So the average over the last 7 months looks like it's about 520.
It's
So
staggering, these numbers. And you mentioned Bob Riding is giving out quite a great number of turkeys right there, but it's not enough to feed every family that wants a turkey. Now, you mentioned turkeys. That's a great one. There are stores out there trying to probably unload these turkeys. But for other meats, can you guys got ham? Can we go anything?
yeah, it doesn't really matter whether it's ham. Maybe a certain retailer has pork loins or maybe a half a pork loin on sale for $1.99 a pound, or like I said, turkeys, I think, are around 69 cents a pound. They're letting you buy two. So, one for you, one for us. I mean, take advantage of the limit. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what the option is, because not everybody wants a turkey, or not everybody has that big of a family. So, a small ham, 2, 3, 4 pounds, even 7, but I mean, depending on the size and what you can afford, we have all sizes of families, little families, big families. So it works out.
Yeah, I find it interesting when going out to shop, because it's not a one size fits all thing. You can go and buy your ham, and that'll suit a family well, or you can get a large turkey, and there is a family there that turkey will fill. So this is very exciting. As mentioned, 1 week before Christmas is when the distributions will be made. Are you taking donations now?
Absolutely, we are.
Awesome. All right. And taking donations pretty much every day of the week you are. But now, as shoppers go out and they're looking for their holiday feast, they can look for 2 of those meats right there. What else do we got? What else do we need the community to know about the holiday meat drive?
Well, I think the most important thing is that, as Pam mentioned earlier, the high water mark and the number of families that we're serving, and our average right now at 520. I think more importantly than that, the headline is the fact that basically every time we're open, we are bringing new people into our system, folks that have never visited our food pantry before, and they now find themselves in a position of needing assistance. And, those are we track a lot of metrics at the food pantry. We have to, as we respond to grant applications and things of that nature. But I think most people would be surprised to know that we're averaging 30 new households a month over the last half dozen months. And so you think about that, and you think about the population of Christian County, and I'd be hard pressed to make the argument that our county population is growing that much, that a number like that makes sense. So what that means is there's more people than ever, slipping into a position of food insecurity. And that to me is the headline, right? I mean, on a monthly basis, we have averaged 30 new families a month for the last half dozen months.
And these numbers, they're terrifying, and they're real. You guys take a lot of these statistics, and you got to mention Christian County. It's not the most populated area, right? You got to imagine that there's struggling families out there everywhere. So in Christian County, the numbers just risen so unbelievably, over 500 families. It's just pretty unbelievable. And now we're finding ourselves in a situation where these shows, they do great. We try to get the people out to donate, but also we're letting families know that these services are here to help you out. It's one of those things where it's really getting us at both sides now. So it's up to the community that can donate now, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I work the front desk a lot, the intake area, and just last Saturday I was on the desk, and we probably had 3 to 4 families that hadn't been there in somewhere between 9 and 15 months. So what that says to me is that, people are responsible as it relates to their reliance on the food pantry. It's not uncommon for someone to say, I don't come regularly because I figure someone else needs it more. And if I had a quarter for the number of times I've heard that out of the mouth of someone who's come into the pantry to receive services, and the important message, and you're right, this is a community service that you're offering by having us in here each month, Tim, because people need to realize that we are here. We are a safety net. We are here for the construction worker who's seasonal. We're here for the summer months when, the teachers or the teachers' assistants can't make ends meet. That's why we're here. We're here on a temporary basis. Unfortunately, we're here on a routine basis and a permanent basis for those who, find that the supplemental assistance that's available from the government is just not enough to get them by with the price of things in the grocery store today.
And the struggling citizens of Christian County are just extremely lucky to have you two and the Taylorville Food Pantry. And it's great to know, interestingly enough, to know that it's not interesting. It's great to know that they are not abusing their rights with the Taylorville Food Pantry. If there's a month where they don't need it, they don't show, because like you said right there, they can know that there's another family that needs it. They were that family. That's really awesome. We look to keep that up with all the people that attend the Taylorville Food Pantry, and looking for donations for the Taylorville Food Pantry as we near the Christmas time, the holiday meat drive. If you're picking up a turkey, grab 2. If you're getting a holiday ham, get a second one, bring it to the Taylorville Food Pantry, because they are in need. So many families are going to be fed by the Taylorville Food Pantry this Christmas. We're sitting down right now with Amy Hagan and Pam Moses, co-coordinators with the Taylorville Food Pantry. Amy Hagan, you're out of here during our break, but we really appreciate you for coming by.
Thanks, Tim.
Without a doubt. And my name's Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back here with Pam Moses of the Taylorville Food Pantry.
Your information station, WTIM.
Miller Media Group Advertising works for Shalos Nagel, Executive Director of Kemmerer Village in Assumption.
We feel like it's just been a really great bonus for our program. We use it for hiring, for donation, solicitation, and also just to advertise what we're doing over in Assumption. I literally hear throughout the week as I interact just as a resident of Taylorville, or I'm in Assumption, I hear very frequently, I hear you on the radio all the time. And that is just music to my ears. Kemmerer Village has been around for nearly 110 years, but at the same time, we are a little bit remote over in Assumption. So we wanted to be sure people knew that we're there and that we're doing wonderful work. And I feel like the Miller Media Group has definitely served that goal.
The new American Eagle restaurant at 102 East Park in Taylorville thanks the Christian County community for the warm reception they received. Their meeting room is available for your holiday gathering at no additional charge, with seating up to 100 people. Stop by or call 777-0300. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner daily 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. with made-from-scratch meals, specially prepared just for you. Check their menu board for daily specials as you walk in. Seniors, veterans, first responders, nurses, and school staff all get 10% off every day. The new American Eagle restaurant, 102 East Park, Taylorville.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Handoff, Peterson breaking to the clear. Far side, Peterson, 40, 35. Peterson, good night.
Tune in all season long for the NFL's biggest games and most exciting players. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
Follow the NFL on WTIM, AM and FM for Sunday afternoon doubleheaders, Monday night and Thursday night football, the divisional championships, and the Super Bowl. Brought to you by
Landmark of Taylorville, Nikes Floor Coverings, Dan Rizzo with American Family Insurance, Advanced Eye Care, Brandon Bible, Your Country Financial Agent in Taylorville, the Villas of Hollybrook, Family Drug, Zach Pancoast, Rossiter and Bulk LLC, Corner Copy Print Shop, Midstate Eye, Game Day Custom Tees, J&R Collision, First Federal Savings and Loan, and Shelby Electric Cooperative.
Just Beds are the yawn exterminators, and they can give you a better night's sleep. Choose from Bemco, Chatham & Wells, Sealy, Simmons, and Tempur-Pedic. Find out the many models and styles available on their updated website by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM, your ag information station, provides over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming on the air, stream live, and in podcast. Find out all the on-air and online platforms you can hear WTIM by going to TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM, your information station. This is the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Tim Zalabak, and thank you to our sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We're talking Taylorville Food Pantry for this first WTIM Morning Show this morning. Amy Hagan departed from us, but we thank her for coming in. We are here with Pam Moses now, co-coordinator with the Taylorville Food Pantry. The first whole half, we're talking about a big holiday meat drive as we near the Christmas time season right here. Buy a second turkey, buy a second ham, get another pork loin there, and you can bring it to the Taylorville Food Pantry to supply another family with a holiday feast. So Pam Moses, we were talking a little bit about all the operations happening within the Taylorville Food Pantry, and of course they cannot be done without you and Amy Hagan, and of course the volunteers. So volunteering, how's it been recently?
We have some that come, we have some that go, but there always seems to be a need. I mean, people vacation, people get sick. I mean, all the different things. People get tired, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, with the volumes that we are helping, we need volunteers. As Amy mentioned, we had, I think, 3 new ones on Saturday. People just pop their head in and say, "Hey, did you need any help?" They did. Helped them get through. They had a big Saturday, bigger than usual. So, we can't underscore that enough that, if you have a pulse, we've got a need for you. So, it doesn't seem to matter, what you're good at, because there's always something to do there.
Yeah. It's heartwarming to hear that a couple people poked their head in and asked if they could help. Clearly, they haven't been listening to this show, because if they have been, they would know to just walk in and say, "I'm here to volunteer," because that's really how easy you make it. It's one way to poke your head in there and ask for help. But really, like we always say, you can just come in and ask for help. It's that easy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And the 3 new volunteers, I'm sure your whole goal, I feel like one point we talked about having enough volunteers for, one to fill in when one person was on vacation or one person was tired. You're still looking to maybe get a full list of some people that you can count on for volunteers?
Oh, absolutely. We're always adding, as we've mentioned in past shows, it's not just during distribution days, because, we have the food rescue to pick up at the local retailers. We do that almost every day of the week at one retailer or another. I think Wednesday's the only day we don't. But at Wednesday we seem to be maybe at the food bank or something else. There's trucks to unload. There's, stuff that comes in that's donated that needs to be shelved. We got a tote this past week of peas that came in, so it's a full tote, and there's 1,000 cans in this Gaylord, our big tote, and we got to put it into our flats so we can put it back out onto the shelf. And we got another tote coming in for of tomato sauce. I think tomorrow, Wednesday, that's coming in, and another 1,000 cans of that. So there's always something to do. If nothing else, you're putting cans in a flat. I mean, whether you pick up, you got an extra truck that can pull our trailer to do some of our pickups. Reach out. I think Larry Berry and Linda Baldock kind of organize the trailer and who needs it and when to pick things up. But there's always demand.
Sure. You mentioned some pretty busy days right there with food rescue and all the different types of ways you can get involved. More hands make less work for all of this stuff, and
Absolutely.
it's just going to make it easier. And all days volunteers are needed, because there are days where you're picking up food from the local retailers. We're in our last short minute of time, less than a minute. Last words for our listeners, Ms. Pam Moses.
I think the biggest thing is we want to thank them not only for the help around the holidays, but the help all year round, because we're there, as Amy said, all year round. So your help, your donations, your hands, your funds, your turkeys, your hams, your pork loins, anything you want to give, we're appreciative.
Without a doubt. Pam Moses, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's Pam Moses, co-coordinator with the Taylorville Food Pantry. My name's Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
Now, Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville.